After what feels like an entire era of speculation, leaks, and quiet hope from longtime Elder Scrolls fans, it's finally official. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered is actually real. Bethesda has now confirmed that the full reveal event for the Oblivion Remastered will happen very soon. Not only that, but based on what's already out in the wild, there's a good chance that it isn't just a flashy tease. There's a growing expectation among the fan base that the game could shadow drop on the very same day it's revealed. So yeah, buckle up for this news. But before we get into it, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Elder Scrolls news. And if you're interested, consider becoming a member on the channel for early access on every video, members only content, your name in the credits, the ability to write in and have your comments featured, and access to the Discord community. Let's rewind for a second. The rumor mill has been grinding hard on the Oblivion Remastered for months and months now, and it looks like it's finally all about to pay off for us. I finally don't have to see any more Oblivion Remastered as fake comments below all these videos. First, we got hints from the infamous FTC vs Microsoft trial back in 2023, where internal Bethesda documents mentioned both Oblivion and Fallout 3 remasters. At the time, the timeline in those leaks seemed outdated at best, and most people assumed that it was just old data that no longer reflected their current reality. Then of course came 2025. Out of nowhere, multiple leaks started piling up for this game. Screenshots surfaced online earlier this past week showing side-by-side comparisons between the original 2006 version of Oblivion and the updated remastered version from this year. And then a page briefly went live on Virtuous's website, the studio reportedly helping with development on this game, revealing a bunch of juicy details about the game's full overhaul. And despite the ongoing and sometimes aggravating silence from Bethesda themselves, fans were practically doing their own marketing campaign for the game, connecting dots, sharing screenshots, and basically yelling "it's happening" into the void. And now we actually have some receipts to look at. Bethesda Game Studios themselves has dropped an official teaser image with a giant Roman numeral 4 front and center on the image, accompanied by the words "all will be revealed." The studio also confirmed the date and time for this full reveal for the Oblivion Remastered. Tuesday, April 22nd at 8 AM Pacific Time or 11 AM Eastern Time. Broadcasted live on both YouTube and Twitch. Man, it's definitely been a long road for covering this game, and I cannot wait to get my hands on this game once and for all whenever they decide to release it. Let me know down in the comments what you think about all of this. Now let's talk a bit of content. What exactly is Oblivion Remastered shaping up to be? According to the leaks that we've seen online to this point, and let's be honest, they've all kind of been right so far, this isn't just a quick retexture swap or resolution bump for the game. This is supposedly supposed to be a full visual remake powered by Unreal Engine 5 with the base Gamebryo engine running at the base level. That means a complete rework of environments, lighting, character models, and effects for the game. And if the leaked screenshots are anything to go by, it's going to be a jaw-dropping game to experience. But it's also not just about graphics here. Reports in the past have also mentioned several updated gameplay systems for the Oblivion Remastered, including changes to blocking systems, archery, stamina mechanics, and even the HUD. There are supposedly some nods to some more modern RPG mechanics here according to the rumors, likely taking cues from Souls-like titles for combat feel. Archery and sneaking have both reportedly been tweaked for more responsive and modern control systems as well. But with that said, this still appears to be Oblivion at its core, with the heart and soul of the 2006 classic game still intact, just dressed up in a sharper, more modern package for us fans. So where will you actually be able to play this game? The remaster is currently rumored to be launching on PC, Xbox Series XS, and PlayStation 5. A welcome surprise for PS5 players given Bethesda's growing ties with Xbox. But of course, Xbox has been releasing a ton of other games on other platforms like PlayStation. And even better for some of you, Oblivion Remastered will actually be available on Xbox Game Pass from day one, so subscribers to that service won't necessarily need to shell out any extra cash to dive straight into the game when it releases. There's also a deluxe edition on the way for this game, which includes bonus content like exclusive weapons and, you guessed it, horse armor. If you were around back in 2006, which I was pretty young at the time so I don't exactly remember all this, but you probably remember the infamous horse armor DLC that became the internet's favorite meme about overpriced microtransactions in games. Well, Bethesda's kind of leaning into the joke at this time, and honestly, it's kind of brilliant. But according to the rumors, Bethesda isn't going it alone with this project. Oblivion Remastered is reportedly being developed in collaboration with Virtuous, a studio known for working on high-profile remasters and ports of previous games in the past. You may not have actually seen their games on the front covers, but these folks have supported games like Call of Duty, Tomb Raider, BioShock, Dark Souls, and Uncharted. They are also currently assisting with the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake, so we're talking serious pedigree here. Bethesda's Dallas and Rockville teams are also involved in the development of this game somehow, at least according to the rumors, which gives the whole thing a good mix of legacy insight and modern technical chops. Now let's talk about the possibility that's got everyone refreshing their stores and checking their Game Pass library, the potential shadow drop of this game. Industry insiders and reporters, including folks like Paul Tassi and Jeff Grubb, have been saying for weeks now that the Oblivion Remastered was coming sooner rather than later. And now that Bethesda Game Studios has officially scheduled a reveal event for the Oblivion Remastered, the timing seems perfect for one of those and it's available now type of moments. It obviously wouldn't be the first time Xbox has pulled this move either. Remember Hi-Fi Rush? That game dropped out of nowhere during an Xbox showcase and instantly became one of the most talked about releases of the year. If Oblivion Remastered follows the same playbook, we could all be wandering around the Imperial City again before the sun sets tomorrow. At this point, we obviously have no idea, but I'm really hoping for a shadow drop tomorrow for the Oblivion Remake. I want to get my hands on this game as soon as possible. If at the end of the presentation it pops up and says releasing November 2025 or 2026 or something like that, you might have a revolt on your hands at this point. Even at this point, file size leaks are hinting at this. Reports say that the remaster is already listed on back-end servers with a massive install size around 120 gigabytes, which isn't something you prep unless a launch is imminent. But let's not gloss over the significance of this moment. Oblivion is one of the most iconic RPGs ever made. It was Bethesda's big step into fully open 3D RPGs after Morrowind, and it laid the groundwork for Skyrim. It's where many fans first fell in love with the Elder Scrolls universe thanks to its quirky NPCs, sprawling quests, and yes, that unforgettable voice acting. But here's the thing, Skyrim has been re-released so many times at this point it's become a meme in its own right. Meanwhile, Oblivion has been quietly sitting in the background untouched, while fans ask again and again when it would finally get its time in the spotlight, and it looks like that time is now. Hopefully at some point in the future we actually get that Fallout 3 remastered, and a Morrowind remake would be amazing as well. Whether you're an old school fan of the series who still remembers being arrested 5 minutes in the game for stealing a cup, or a newer player who never got around to it because the graphics were a bit rough at the time you got into it, this remaster is a big deal. But inevitably, some people are gonna wonder, does this mean that the Elder Scrolls 6 is further away than we thought? Honestly, probably not. Bethesda isn't the one that's exclusively developing this remaster in-house, it's a collaboration effort, and with the heavy lifting being done by Virtuous, we could really see the Elder Scrolls 6 in the next few years. So while Bethesda Game Studios' core team continues working on the Elder Scrolls 6 in the background, this remaster will fill the gap nicely, giving fans something fresh to chew on while we wait for the next main entry in the Elder Scrolls series. And let's be real, Elder Scrolls 6 was first announced back in 2018 and still doesn't have a release window, so we really don't know when we'll get to see that game. But in the meantime, Oblivion Remastered can scratch that open world RPG itch without taking development resources away from the future title. So now here we are. After years of whispers and leaks, we're one day away from the official unveiling of the Elder Scrolls 6 Oblivion Remastered. And if everything lines up the way that we expected, at least from the rumors, it could be playable within 24 hours at this point. I'm sure we'll all be doing the same, tuning into Bethesda's YouTube or Twitch channel tomorrow at 11 AM Eastern Time, 8 AM Pacific. Whether you're in it for nostalgia, curiosity, or just hungry for a new adventure in Cyrodiil, this is going to be well worth your attention. And let's be honest, if you're already looking for a reason to reinstall the original Oblivion game just in case, you're not alone. See you in the sewers under the Imperial City. Just when you thought the excitement couldn't get any wilder for this game, we've now got a glimpse into just how massive this remaster really is. Literally. I know I'm kind of re-harping on this, but I really wanted to get further into it. According to a recent leak from the Twitter account XOX_leak, the Oblivion Remastered file size has popped up on Steam's backend, and the number, a jaw-dropping 120 gigabytes. To put that into perspective, the original Oblivion released back in 2006 and it was just 4.6 gigabytes. That's right, the remaster is nearly 4,000% larger. We're talking about a jump so big it might just need its own constellation in the stars. Now, this kind of size isn't totally out of left field either. The remaster for Oblivion is reportedly running on Unreal Engine 5, which is a beast of a game engine to say the least. It's designed to support high resolution textures, dynamic lighting, more detailed models, and generally just delivered that next gen wow factor. All of that beauty obviously comes with a price, and that price is disk space. So while the 120GB figure might make your SSD sweat a little, it actually tracks with current modern games. This isn't just a spruced up version of the game either, it's a full-on rebuild of the original Oblivion game. Bigger cities, more lush environments, higher quality assets, it's gonna take some serious digital real estate to bring Cyrodiil into 2025. Of course, it's worth noting that Bethesda and Microsoft haven't officially confirmed this number yet, and technically they haven't even named the game in public. But at this point, with marketing hints, leaked screenshots, confirmed reveal streams, and now Steam data surfacing for this game, it's hard to argue with the direction things are heading. Between the file size and the other recent leaks for this game, fans are now combing through everything, even developer websites and search engine previews, looking for any scrap of info. Oblivion Remastered might not have been actually announced in a traditional sort of way, but it's already taken over the conversation in the gaming world. And if that 120GB figure is accurate, we're not just getting a trip back to Cyrodiil, we're getting a reimagined world on a truly epic scale. So make space, not just on your hard drives, but on your calendars as well, because when this game actually drops, you're going to want to be ready for it. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comments. Also, I didn't have time to request for audience write-ins for this video, but if you want to write in and have your questions featured in upcoming videos, head over to the post tab on my channel. That's where the threads for upcoming videos will be posted. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with all the latest Elder Scrolls news. And if you're looking for something else to watch, click one of the videos you're seeing on screen right now. I will see you there. Also, a huge thank you to all the amazing channel members.